Welcome back to another AJFBA video. This is part 3 of the 7-part series that I've done at the start of 2023. The whole idea is to show you exactly how simple it can be to actually set up an Amazon FBA business. I'm doing this 7-part series in order. The reason I'm doing it in this order is to stop you spending money on subscriptions first. Everyone thinks, oh, I need to sign up to Sellers Central. Everyone thinks I need to buy all these tools and kits and get everything spent first before you're actually in a position to even do anything. I've heard many people spend their money on the Sellers Central £25 plus VAT or the equivalent in different countries depending on where you are. You've spent that money and it takes you 4 weeks, 5, 6 weeks before you actually get to the process of getting inventory and ready to ship in a box. That is 30 odd pound. That is better off in your hands, especially as a beginner. And these videos will apply to anyone, but I'm assuming you're on a very small budget of no more than about £500. So if that is you, stay tuned. Before we get into today's video, I just want to say we have a special announcement that will come in this video. I'm really excited to share it with you, so make sure you watch it all. So in this video, I'm actually going to look back at a previous video that I had done in the beginner playlist. And again, I'll share the link to that beginner playlist. I highly recommend everyone going in and watching that. There's plenty of tips and tricks, but this video, I'm going to focus on some parts of that video, but I'm also going to add a little couple of extra tricks that will probably help you as well.
So to really go back to basics, I had to think about the way I started. You need bags, warning bags, no suffocation bags. You need them. You need it with plush toys, for example, anything at all that could maybe leak. You don't need it for a lot of things, but that's the kind of thing you'll need. So what I used to do was any Amazon packaging, keep all your packaging that you want. Cheap scale, weigh scale that I had already in the house. I just use that to weigh my parcels. And then I bought this from like a Poundland for like £1 or £2. It really does speed up the process, especially when you're doing a lot of boxes. It's tedious doing the whole using your teeth for scissors. Best investment you could make. I also bought a ton of labels from eBay. Suffocation ones, all these sort of labels. It was only when I bought them, weren't that dear. It was like £16 for like, well, put it this way, more than enough labels. I bought them and then I realized, why did I pay someone to put warning and the term on it? You can just do that yourself. So that's a mistake that I made. I paid for the privilege to get a load of these labels, and as you can see, not a lot were them reused. Most of the bags come with the label anyway. But it is a workaround. If you just even have plastic bags, I've wrapped stuff up just in plastic bags and I've stuck my own labels on. You don't need to necessarily buy the bags, they do work. So yeah, a workaround is just buy blank labels and print off whatever you need. Now that I have all my stuff here, I've got all my prep that I need, I've got my box. Again, the boxes just come from wherever, come from any shops. Anybody you see dump a box, go to Tesco's, anywhere like that, just say, can I have the boxes? Try to get decent size. All my boxes are decent size. You're paying, don't forget, per box. You don't want to do smaller. Some you might do smaller if depending on the item you're selling is very heavy. You might get away with a smaller box. A lot of toys companies thankfully use easy enough labels to get off. You have to be very, very careful because if you damage the packaging in any way, you can't ship it to Amazon.
I just want to pause the video here and just add a little bit extra. See, when you get really tough labels, these labels in this video were actually very easy. The majority of them just come off with your hand and that's okay. But there'll be some labels, especially Argos. If you ever buy anything from Argos, a lot of their labels will have their shop location and different things, but their labels are really, really hard. You can spend all day trying to pick them off. They'll leave a bad residue, or like I said, even in that video, they'll just rip the thing off. The easiest way to do it is to leave it on top of a radiator, or even quicker yet, a hairdryer. A simple hairdryer, stick it on, give it 10, 20 seconds, and then it'll just peel off so easily. That'll make life a lot easier, trust me. Another thing that you can consider is trying to actually have a bit of a prep table. Now, when I moved things out to the garage, I had 2-3 tables where I had my products, then I'd move it to the prep inside of things, and then I moved it to a box, and then I would have a bin at the end where I would put rubbish in. So there was a kind of a staging process, just like you would in a prep center. If you watch videos on how prep centers are run, that's how it is. It's a stage, it's like a conveyor belt. Everything just goes in stages, and that will speed up the process massively. So I would literally put everything that I just bought on the table. I would go through, take off all the labels, get it all prepped, move it to the next table. The next stage would be my bubble wrapping, my poly bagging, just getting the items completely and utterly ready, with the final stage then being where I just put on my labels and then it just goes straight into a box. It can honestly speed up the whole process. Plus, if you're doing a lot of stuff, the way I'm doing it in that video, it's okay for maybe doing one box, but seeing you're doing 2-3 boxes, your back will be broke if you're leaning over on the floor and your knees, everything, especially the older you get, guys. So trust me, if you're going to do this serious, after a month, maybe doing it the way I've done it in this video, I would definitely consider trying to find some sort of space or storage where you can make things a lot more streamlined. You can get all these types of products in pound stores, Poundland, B&M bargains, cheap places like this, cheap sellotape, cheap bubble wrap, cheap wrapping paper, all of that. And then as you move getting bigger, then you'll potentially start looking at these things to buy in wholesale, bigger quantities and all of that. That's the way to really reduce your cost, but you don't need to worry about that at this stage. The main thing is, where can you get it accessible, quick and cheap? That's today's video. I hope that's been informative, a bit of a mashup of previous video, granted, but the principles are the same. Get everything ready for your first order now before you spend money on subscriptions and toolkits and all the different things that we will talk about in the upcoming videos. And yes, you've been waiting for the special announcement. I know the special announcement is that our Deal Hunters website is now live. It is dealhuntersfba.com. You can go on now, check it all out. There's plenty of good stuff on that. Plus there is all our subscription packages, plenty more stuff coming. We are going bigger and larger every single day. We have taken some time off to get things ready, but we are back and we're going large. I'll see you in the Deal group, guys. Catch you in the next video. Please like, subscribe. Peace.